Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Roman Anthony, aka the Turban Hairstylist. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you actually like this video too, and share it with your friends. Now, this right here is new to me. So my mother and my two older sisters are braiders. They are hairstylists. They've been doing it for years and years. When I was younger, I started to learn how to braid, but I was more interested in like extensions and other things involving hair when it came down to me doing hair as the middle child. Now, this is my first time doing these little box braid things, so I decided to do it on a mannequin instead of an actual model. We'll see. There are some differences here that I'm doing that I would not do on a regular person, depending on their hair type or texture. But this mannequin, she has like a mixed Brazilian type of texture, curly hair that can look like an afro when it's really dried and picked out. But I was like, obviously when it's wet, it looked like she just, a cute little mixed chick or something like that. Anyways, I see the kids online doing these little rubber band technique things, and I thought that makes it look a little easier because you can part and have it hold the section you want together with a rubber band rather than, trying to grip it like, how you normally grip it, because that shit is hard for me. I be having like carpal tunnel or something. Anyways, on to that. Yeah, so basically I've already like pre-sectioned and rubber band all of the little things that I want, these little pieces or whatever, and only bought 2 packs of hair. Like, the hair here in Paris is a little more expensive, so I just bought 2 packs of hair. That's why my braids are going to be different sizes, but really I just wanted to practice the movement of consistently braiding. So I spent the whole couple of hours just sitting in that chair or whatever like that, first and standing, braiding, because I wanted to get like accustomed to it or whatever. But yeah, you guys check this out. Like, for any of you guys who are new to braiding or box braiding, because I've done like fishtails, I've done French braids at times, even though I still hate doing those. Yeah, I definitely want to increase my skills of braiding. So I too am looking at some of your YouTube tutorials, and I will show you guys my progress, because in cosmetology school they don't really teach all this, so you kind of learn what you kind of know what you know, which is how I know extensions and wigs and etc., because I already knew it before I went to cosmetology school. But yeah, let's jump on into it. So as you guys can see, I am pre-rubber banding the whole entire head. I just did my partings, which is squared straight line across my rat tail comb, and then going down square for these big chunky parts. Now you'll see people today, they have the big chunky parts with the big braids, so they don't have mini braids. Back in the 90s, like, you usually had a head full of braids with small parts. They had things like tree braids where you would feed the actual hair outside of the braiding hair, and it would be maybe like an inch or 2 of actual braid and the rest of it is just hair. You would have like singles, which would be really thin braids, and then you got like, so like basically there's all these different types of braids. So I was like, you know what? Most people I see when they're doing like a real client, they're doing one section at a time. Like, I'm a part, I'm a rubber band, I'm a braid it, I'm a part, rubber band, braid it. I was like, freak all that. We just gonna part and rubber band this whole dang head. And then at least that part is done, and I can kind of see or get an idea of what something's gonna look like ahead of time. So now I'm just going in with the braided. You can kind of see me struggling starting this braid. It's always the hardest starting a braid, and particularly I think that's because when I was younger, like my sisters or mom or somebody would always start the braid and then I would just finish braiding down. So it was like for years I didn't really have to start braids, because I'm gonna redo that. I can see the sleuths right now. I can see the rubber band. I guess, usually you would use clear rubber bands when you're doing updos and stuff, but future reference, I would use the rubber band closer to their hair tone, so that way if it does kind of show a little bit, it wouldn't look like that. But I'm going to keep practicing because I don't want it to be so loose. Obviously, I don't want it to be tight where it's pulling out somebody's hair and edges and stuff, but you want it to be secure. I mean, I did tug on these braids, so they were really secure, but still, you want it to last. I think braids should last a good month to 2 months or whatever, looking decent at least, because obviously the more you go, the more edge control you're gonna be putting on and slapping your scarf on to make that lay down. But you kind of want your hair to last for a good 2 months, especially at the prices it cost to get your hair done. Now I will say that the more you practice and do this, the better it gets, the more secure the braid looks. You'll see like it looks cleaner, it looks nicer. So the more you do, the better it is. I guess it's basically finding your rhythm to it. Definitely one thing, as I started getting further into the braiding, I was getting like annoyed or bothered. I really didn't have, I had like the reddish kind of hair on my sofa. I had like the blue hair on my table, and I think it was the reddish hair that was on my sofa. It just kept getting knotted up, so it was like a real big issue. And I was like, freak it, I'm still gonna braid the knots. I don't care. I'm just like, let's just braid, see if we can actually finish an entire head. So yeah, just practice, and if you're really doing this on the client, make sure that hair is not getting knotted up, because they paid for it. guys, you guys do not have to obviously watch this whole entire video of me braiding this hair. You can skip through if you want. This one right here is because I'm a beginner at this. This is also suited towards other beginners who are kind of like looking for an easier way of how to do braiding, especially for cosmetology students, because I know there's some who are interested in it, and it's not something they teach you in cosmetology school. So for you guys who are in school or you really are new to it and want to learn more, then you can watch it through, or you can skip and fast forward however you like. I will say I really enjoyed this like reddish burgundy color. It was very deep and rich. It was really cute. Usually I'm not a huge fan of adding colors into hair or braiding. I don't know why. Sometimes I think people overdo it too much, but sometimes people hit it right on the nail. Lately I've been seeing a lot of girls with the blue, and I thought that was really cute. So I was like, we're gonna take this blue, we're gonna take this nice little burgundy reddish color, and then we are going to mix them together. So we did a lot of separates, and then we're going to do a lot of it the front part, like, you know, where people would normally get that money piece when they're doing like blonde or some sort of highlight or focal point piece. I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna blend them together, and that'll be my money piece. So like, even when you're doing braids or natural hair, you can get a money piece, people. And I think it came out really, really cute. I love the colors blended together. I like the little patterns. That's why in the beginning of the video, I had like a picture of it because it was like a checkerboard or something. And I thought that was so cute. Now, as we come to a close to this video tutorial, I learned so much about like how to get right patterns I want in a braid and certain things like that. I will say that based off of doing this, I can still say that braiding like whole heads and stuff like these kind of braids would not be for me as a stylist, because I have like, not to say I have carpal tunnel arthritis, but like I get pains and cramps in my hands when I'm braiding. Sometimes, I mean, obviously stylists get pains and cramps in their hands doing all types of stuff, but like it really is triggered when I'm braiding. I was wondering really like how my mother and sisters have been doing this for years. So this probably would not be for me to do on a constant basis. It'll be something like I would probably do it for like maybe shows, like an award show, or backstage for a fashion week, or even maybe like to braid and get my if my clients are doing like extensions, like a sew-in or something like that. And that I've had to do, which even beforehand I would usually have somebody else do it, like braid so I can do the sew-in, but now I'm comfortable with doing all that. But yeah, I guess I would say yeah, this probably wouldn't be for me. I think every so often I will just practice just to stay in practice, because you never know when you're going to get some client who's going to want something. And I think it's great to be able to know how to do many different things in cosmetology, beauty, and hair, and to be also able to do all hair types and textures. So this is definitely something I will stay and practice with, but not something that I'll probably like offer as a service to clients, if that makes sense. And also, obviously, you want to go in, and for any of the little hairs that sticks out, you can clean up with some scissors. Now, that piece right there towards the top, that's actually the mannequin's head. So usually you wouldn't cut that, but I think I cut it anyway because I just really didn't care. It's a mannequin. I don't know. But usually you clean up all the excess hair that comes out of the braiding hair. And then after, you want to make sure you dip your hair in hot water. So now usually this would be the part where I go and dip the hair and like dunk it in water. But since it's just a mannequin, I basically boiled some water and just poured it all over the damn head. Which is bad. Don't do that, people. Like, it'll pop the rubber bands. It'll burn them severely. The skin will boil and they'd have to go to the hospital. It can get affected. It will be so dangerous. So please make sure you do not touch the skin with boiling water. You basically want to get a bucket, put the boiling water in there, maybe a large pan that you would like make a pot of soup in, like a good pot. And then you would have them lean backwards. You'd have a towel on their back. You'd have a towel at the ready under the pot to catch the hair before it drips onto any kind of skin or surface or anything like that. And be careful so you don't burn yourself, people. I've seen this happen and it's so sad. It's so scary. So just be mindful. Like, you don't want to like severely burn yourself or anyone else, especially your client. So like, yeah, this is the end result. Now the hair can move because you dipped it in the boiling water. For those of you guys who didn't know, when you dip braids in boiling water, the hair can shake and move and bounce and do all that good stuff. There you go. Now I'm just cleaning these ends up, refreshing it a little bit, making it look all cute and whatnot. There we go. Shake, shake, shake. We're gonna add a little few styles to it and make it a little cute, make it a little fresh. And that is the end of our tutorial, guys. I thank you so much for watching. Bye.